Hey everyone, Brent Silber here, investment real estate agent. So I am here to analyze 3 deals in the local Chico market. A lot of people talk about investing in real estate, and it's really important to run the numbers. So I just want to run some numbers on 3 deals that I feel like are important to understand here in this local market. Okay, so the first one we're going to do is this one. It just came up today. It is 1518 Broadway Street. This is a 6-unit property. They're only selling it for $829. So the first thing that I see about this, $125 per square foot. So the replacement cost on this, you're buying it way under replacement cost, which is super good. But there's a reason why. Okay, so check this out right here. It's an older house. It needs work. It needs a paint job. I mean, you're going to be 50 grand in this easy, maybe more, right off the bat. Now, it's obviously operating. You could not do anything. It's fully rented. The rents are coming in. It's making money, all that stuff. But you're probably going to want to put in, at least a paint job and who knows what else. I mean, this could be a rehab project that could run you $50,000 just to put some lipstick on it, some paint, carpet, stuff like that. Or it could be $200,000, $300,000, whatever you want to do. Okay, but let's look at the numbers. You really got to look at the numbers. So here I have done the numbers here. This is the underwriting. So basically, here's my cash flow statement. We got 6 units here. I just took all the rents, and if you look on my back end here, it shows it's a 5-bed, 2-bath, and then there's 5 other units. So the rents are pretty good on it. $2,000 for the main house, and then about $1,000 a month for the other 5 units. So you're gonna be at, if you add them all up, you know what? And this, I misdid this here. This is supposed to be a 0. Good thing I caught that. All right, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. All right, there it is. Okay. So we got a 3% vacancy rate, 3% of 365. That's about, let's say 11 days a year. We're saying that these are going to go vacant. So when you have a turnover, someone moves out, it's 11 days of no rent per unit every single year. That's what 3% vacancy rate is. So you just take that out of the gross rents. Now this one has some extra additional income in that it has laundry on site. It brings in $100. They're saying it brings in $100 a month, so $1,200 a year. Okay, so property management fees. So if you look up here on my little equations, I say 8%. Or on this scenario B, it's like you could compare 2 different scenarios. So on scenario B, I say, hey, look at what if you get it for 7%? Okay, so we're just kind of comparing these things. Repairs and maintenance. What they put was $3,100, but for this property, I look at it, I'm like, nah, I think it's a little low. Let's put $6,000 a year for maintenance. Or if on a good year, $5,000. Okay, they put $3,100. I just think that's low. So that's why I'm putting that there. Real estate taxes are taxes. You just gotta, you gotta pay your taxes. Property insurance, $400. Maybe you can get it for $350. They say here it's only $4,000 a year. So what's that? About $350 a month. So, but you might sometimes you got to go up. Got a replacement reserve. That's for things are called capital expenditures. That's like the roof goes out every 30 years or whatever. So this is a savings. This is beyond maintenance. This is a reserve account. Okay. Water and sewer, you're paying $150. You got garbage, you got landscaping. They have 7 electric meters. There's 1 for the house. They should have some electricity. They should have one electricity bill, but they're saying $0. You can see right here. And then I put $100 a month for advertising because that really helps. So, okay, so we look at it. So we're saying we're bringing in $85,000 a year. If you got it at $829,000, it'd be a 5.8% cap rate. Not too bad. So let's just say this is an all cash. Scenario A is all cash. So let's say you just I put $50,000 closing costs plus $50,000 for repairs. So I have $60,000 in addition to your down payment or your down payment basically. Excuse me. And you're going to be cash flowing about $4,000 a year. You're going to have a 5.42% cash on cash return. So that's pretty cool. Now, if you got a loan on this side, and say you got it for $819,000, a little sweeter, you'd be at a 6.32% cap rate. If you put 35% down, you'd be putting in $286,000 down. Again, $60 additional $1,000 for acquisition and loan fees. If you got it at a 5% interest rate, that's a little low for right now. Let's put 5.5. I mean, that's what I'm seeing stuff at. This always fluctuates. So at that, you be bringing in $1,200 of cash flow a month. Okay, annually, $14,000 annually. You have a 4.25% cash on cash return. The reason this is different is because, this is all cash right here. You're paying your principal pay down. The advantage of getting a loan is the tenants are actually paying down the loan. So you have a principal pay down of $7,000 a month, which is not reflected in your cash on cash return, and you get other benefits that number goes up over time, and you get more leverage, so you could take your money and go into more things rather than putting it all into that. So okay, so there's that. Okay, so now let's look at another deal. So we can compare. Okay, so this is 282 East 8th Street. I'm gonna go by a little bit faster here. 10 units brings in $8,000 a month. Okay, let's just go down. These are all the expenses you're gonna pay. If you get it at 1.1, you have it at a 4.9% cap rate. Okay, if you did all cash, you'd be bringing in $4,900 a month every month. 4.88% cash on cash return. Now, if you got this one at $1 million, I think there's some play in the purchase price here. If you got it at $1 million, you'd be getting at a 6.6% return. Okay, that's very high for this area. You put $350,000 down, 35% down, 5.5% interest rates, and you're bringing in, it's cash flowing positive, $1,800 a month, and your cash on cash return is 6.15%. Okay, and there's no capital expenditures paid up front, so that $50,000 is not. I didn't include that in here. Okay, so let's move on to another one. So now, say you're like, oh man, these are old properties. Show me something brand new. All right, so this is brand new, never been lived in before. The issue with this one is they're selling it without renting anything. So no bank's going to loan on this because it's not rented. You don't have any rent roll. They're saying you can get $1,700 a month. So let's analyze this. All right, so you're going to have to come in cash on this one, or you're going to have to get some kind of creative financing. That's not a bank. The underwriting on a bank is never going to loan you money on a vacant property at 5% interest rate. They want to see that thing rented. They want to know that you can actually get those rents. Okay, so they say you can get $1,750. These are 2-bedroom, 2-bath units, 3% vacancy rate. Okay, here's all the expenses. At $2.6 million, if you had it fully rented and you got every single rent at $1,750, and that was the case. Here's all the expenses roughly. This is like a general estimate. I put $300 a month for advertising because a lease up is so intense on advertising. You got to. It might be more than that, to be honest with you. You don't need any acquisition costs on that. You might need some for the rent up, but let's just keep that at $10,000. All right, so cash, if you just went in all cash, you'd be cash flowing $7,800 a month, $93,000 a year. Your cash on cash return would be 3.6%. Okay, if you got a loan though on scenario B, and let's say, so you could play with the purchase price here. So say it's $2.6 million. You would be losing $1,700 a month if you put 35% down. You'd have a negative cash flow of $1,700 a month. So you'd have to either put more money down or lower the purchase price. So let's just play with this a little bit. So say you talked them down to $2.4 million. You have a 4% cap rate. You'd be losing $800 a month if you put 35% down. So you really have to get them down. You kind of play with this a little bit. So say you got a $2.2 million. You put 35% down. It's at that point you'd be cash flow positive, $123 a month. So that's kind of a little bit different, but you wouldn't have to worry about maintenance for a very long time. These other ones, a roof could go out, a water pipe could break. The maintenance is going to be more intense. It's going to be a little more hands-on. But if you have a good property management company, you don't have to worry about that. But I just wanted you to compare, so you got a brand new, and generally a brand new property is going to have a lower cap rate, and an older property is going to have a higher cap rate. It's just like an older car is, going to be more miles, and it's going to cost you less. And a newer car is going to have less miles, and it's going to cost you more. Basically, that's the situation there. So that's it. It's just helpful those are 3 deals in this local market here right now. That's kind of a little bit of an overview. You got brand new, you got some older stuff, you got some remodeled stuff, like on like the one on 8th Street is remodeled, and then you got a fixer upper on Broadway, the 6 unit. So it's kind of a plethora of properties. So that is it. Let me know if you have any questions. Thanks so much. Oh, and I love if people call in, text me, email me. Let's talk about the local market. If you think about investing, it's a big deal. So let's talk about it. Okay, thanks so much. Bye.